It's your boy TD, and I'm back again with another live, guys. And today's live is going to be on week 13's Stars and Six. I got the sauce for you. And again, guys, like I said earlier, forgive me if I mumble. I got all four of my wisdom tooth taken out, and they had to cut them out. So I'm on medicine. I don't have the same energy that I usually have. But listen, it don't matter. I'm gonna push through. That's why they try to come on here out through Friday and Saturday, because I want to make sure I was ready for today. This is the key day. So I apologize to everybody. But let me see. He's not ready yet. But Richard will be coming up here in the live in a few. He just got some things he got to do. But with no further ado, let me see. Let me go to the comment section. I got some injuries to read up on y'all too. So let me see. So, guys, Joe Mixon, that's one of the most important guys. Joe Mixon still has a concussion. Well, he's still in the concussion protocol. He's still questionable, so they haven't really released him. I would have thought that the concussion would have been done Saturday. They'd have been like, okay, he's ready to play. But waiting to game time decisions makes me a little nervous. But I'm also very excited at the same time because I got Samaje Perine. So if you got Samaje Perine, listen, I'm not saying he's better than Joe Mixon, but he catch a lot of passes. He's a PPR monster. Also, guys, Jaylen Warren, he's going to be a full participant, but so is Najee. So I'm rolling out Najee, guys, as a flex play. That simple. I'm rolling him out as a flex play. Also, Courtland Sutton is questionable, but he should be playing with the illness. I think, guys, I'm not sure. I think some of these illness could be COVID related, and they just calling it something else right now at this point in time. Also, Michael Carter is out, guys. Michael Carter is out. He's not going to play because of his ankle. But Antonio Gibson is playing. He's questionable, but he's going to play. Logan Thomas is healthy. And Daniel Bellinger from the New York Giants, with his eye, he's questionable, but I think he's going to play. Darius Slayton, he has the illness. He's questionable. And Richie James with the knee is questionable for the Giants. Travis Etienne is questionable, but it looks like he's going to play with his foot. Romeo Doubs with the ankle looks like he's questionable. He's going to looks like he is questionable to play. He could play. I don't know if he's going to play or not. They haven't said anymore, so we got to wait up to game time. Okay, hold on. Maybe Rich is getting ready to come in. There you go. You good, bro?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
I can't. Hold on. Let me get my son. Come on, man.
Okay.
Audio.
And let me see who else. David Njoku is out, as y'all know. David Njoku is out. Jamar Chase with the hip injury is playing. I told a lot of people, go ahead, roll him out there. You can't get cute with him. If you're gonna play him, you play him. Don't get mad at the results. Yes, I can. I muted you until you got right. And so also Daryl Stingley Jr. is out. So that lets you know Amari Cooper should eat. Deshaun Watson, I'm not playing him over my bell cows. And I'm actually, between him and Justin Fields, I think it's tomato. But I'm going to lean with Justin Fields on my team. That's what I'm going to do. But either one of them are good plays because it's Houston. Their defense is so bad with Daryl Stingley being out. Brandon Cooks is out. Also, guys, for the Miami Dolphins, they got their two top tackles is out. Austin Jackson and Teron Armstead. So with those two guys being out, it can make where San Francisco actually get pressure on Tua. And that's how you stop Tua getting pressure on him. So maybe be a little bit worried, but you still play Tyreek Hill and Jaylen Waddle. The running backs is up to you. If you don't got a better running backs, you have to put out there Raheem Mostert or Jeff Wilson. That's fine too. Who else? Mike Williams is out, as we all know. So DeAndre Carter, that pushed him up. I like DeAndre Carter over Josh Palmer. I just think DeAndre Carter can separate a little bit better than Josh Palmer, but Josh Palmer is okay. And last but not least, Josh Jacobs. Guys, I'm ready. I'm going to play Josh Jacobs. You seen what he did last week. So I don't care about no injury. I'm going to have this guy. If I got a dud because he don't play, that's fine. So you should have a backup plan. But Josh Jacobs, can't get cute with him. He proved that to you last week. So you played Josh Jacobs. All right, let me see. I think that's all, guys. So let's get started. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go. Gabriel, what's up, bro? Let me get me something to drink, guys. I gotta keep some drink because I still got a little blood discharge. So I gotta keep drinking a little bit of water so I don't choke on my own blood. I know that sounds disgusting. Okay. And Gabriel says, "Yo, TD, which one would you sit? Pacheco dealing with Rashad White or Swift? Whoa, that's gonna be tough. I say Dillon out of all those guys. I would sit Dillon. I like Dillon as a sleeper, but he ain't like a must play over these guys. So Pacheco he got 20 touches, and he got 4 opportunities on the goal line. Rashad White is a PPR monster. With Leonard Fournette, I would want to say sit Rashad White if I know Leonard Fournette was 100% healthy, but I don't know that. I think he's going to play, but I'm not just going, Rashad White is going to be a top 12 running back. Excuse me, I don't know that. And Swift is getting better. And so I think he got more upside than probably anybody on this list. So I would probably sit Dillon, bro, and play the rest and play everybody else. Master Samurai, what's up, bro? He says, good morning. I need a wide receiver 3 and a flex from Pickens, Garrett Wilson, Olave, Rashad White, Knightley, and Pacheco or Latavius Murray. Okay, so you said you need a wide receiver 3. That's Garrett Wilson all day. That's easy. He's a champion. You gotta because he's getting ready to take off. And you said I need a wide receiver and a flex from Pickens. I'm gonna go with it's gonna be between Pacheco and Pickens. And I'm going to go with Pickens because of the Atlanta matchup. Now, I know he does got A.J. Terrell on him, but I think Pickens been getting a lot better. So it's tomato, bruh. In full PPR, I'm going with Pickens. Half point PPR, I will go with Pacheco. Olave is close enough to get these. Olave is close enough to where if you wanted to play him over Pickens, I think it's okay. I'm not saying I would do it, but I think it's okay if you want to put Olave, if you believe in Olave. But to me, I'm going with Garrett Wilson and Pickens as the 2 guys. That's the wide receiver 3 and the flex play. What about you, Richie? Can you hear me, Richie?
Yes, sir. What was the question?
Good morning. He says, I need a wide receiver. There you go.
I like Wilson and Olave. Yes.
Okay, Wilson and Olave. I'm going Wilson and Pickens, but Olave is fine. And Master Samurai says, also stream Conklin or Ingram. I'm going... I'm gonna go with Conklin. I don't feel great about it, but I'm gonna go with Conklin.
Ooh. I'm gonna have to agree with you on that because I love Mike.
Okay. I don't know why my computer is freezing up. Can you hear me, Richard? Hello? Richard, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but like you said, it's like a lull. It's like a delay.
Okay. I don't know.
I can. Yes.
There we go. Okay. You can hear me now? Let me see something. There we go again. With
yes.
This crap. Let me see. Guys, forgive me with this. Let me see something.
You sound clear.
Okay. All right, Richard, maybe you can read over some news stuff. Let me try to get this right real quick.
Yes, for those of you still tuned in, there's some of the updates here. It's going to be. Yeah. Okay, Aaron Rodgers is playing through some pain. So you got to go ahead with him and start him up. And Christian Watson, you cannot sit. Darius Slayton, he's expected to play Week 13. Who are Elvis? It's the Commanders.
Okay.
Okay. Josh Jacobs is a game decision.
All right, we can start.
Just
we can finish this off.
Past the pregame workout. Michael Gallup is expected to play.
All right, let's go. Let's go ahead and finish these questions. Appreciate you, bro.
This is a matchup against the Colts.
All right, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Richard?
Oh,
Richard, can you hear me?
Sir.
Okay. You seem like when I say, it seems like it's a delay or something. Okay. All right. So let me go on to the next one. King Marcellus says, "Good morning, bro. PPR need 3 wide receivers and 1 flex. Debo, not sure if playing Godwin, Pickens, Peoples-Jones, Josh Palmer. And hey, if it's a delay, Richard, go out and come back in if it's a delay. Good morning, bro. He says PPR need 3 wide receivers and 1 flex. Debo not sure if we're playing Godwin, Pickens, Peoples-Jones, Josh Palmer, Pacheco. So need 3 wide receivers and 1 flex. The wide receivers are going to be Pickens, Godwin, and Debo. If he's playing. If he's not going to play, then Peoples-Jones. So you're going to have to make that decision by yourself. So it's Godwin, Pickens, and Debo, or Peoples-Jones. For the and your 1 flex, I would go with Pacheco. Yep, I would go with Pacheco. Yep. Can you hear me?
I personally like Godwin. I like Josh Palmer and Pickens over people.
Okay. You can hear me? And Brian says, "Morning, bro. Who would you put in your flex, Olave or Watson?" I'm going Watson, bro. He says, "Got Lamb and AJ Brown as my wide receiver 1 and 2 PPR." I'm putting Watson right there, bro. And Eric says Deshaun Watson or Trevor Lawrence. I'm going with Trevor Lawrence. And Stacy, good morning, Stacy. She says Geno Smith or Justin Fields. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Justin Fields. I know your situation. It's either one. It's what you feel comfortable with, Stacy. If you like Geno Smith, you feel good about him, he's a safe play. Justin Fields is a little bit risky. So I would say I would play Justin Fields. That's the upside. You in the playoffs. Justin Fields. Master Samurai says, "Pretty Richie in the house." Yes, sir. And Rodriguez says, "Good morning, bro. Anytime, bro. Good morning to you, too." And CHB says, "Good morning. Which running back 2 should I start, Pacheco or Kyron, and also Fields or Geno at quarterback?" So which RB2 should I start, Pacheco or Calvin? I'm going Pacheco. He says also Fields or Geno at quarterback. Fields is the upside play. Geno is the safe play. So use what you feel good with. Me, I'm playing Fields for the upside. And Rodriguez says 12-team PPR. Need a flex. Sutton or Kyron Williams? I'm going to go with Kyron Williams. I don't feel great about it, but it's just because Jerry Jeudy's playing. So I would say Kyron Williams. Mr. Anderson says, "Yo, smash the like on the way in." Yes, sir. Smash that like button, guys. And Mr. Anderson says, Ingram or Hooper at tight end. I'm going with Ingram. And Mr. Anderson says, DeAndre Carter, Nico, or Elijah Moore at the flex. It's very, very close between DeAndre Carter and Elijah Moore. I'm going to tell you DeAndre Carter since Mike Williams is out. But Elijah Moore, there's nothing wrong with playing Elijah Moore. He's going to be a great play. Minnie Jordan says, good morning, fellas. Choose a quarterback. Brady, Watson, or Fields. Good morning, fellas. Choose a quarterback. Brady, Watson, or Fields. I'm going to go with Fields. I'm going with Fields. That's the upside play. And Mr. Anderson says, Hurts or Fields. You got to go with Hurts, bro. Got to go with Hurts. And Sean Bonds, what's up, bro? He said, what's good, bro? One for flex standard. Garrett Wilson or Amari Cooper. I'm going Garrett Wilson. And Will Connor says, morning, guys. Christian Watson or Mike Evans? Mike Evans. Listen, I love Christian Watson, but I'm not the person on my channel, Will. I don't tell people to sit guys that are getting 12 targets. Now, in a vacuum, I get it. That's fantasy questions. Like, man, I want the best boom. But sometimes we can look for the boom so much, we can set a guy that's getting a bunch of targets, and that's not how fantasy works. You can get burned like that. You also can hit choosing the best boom. So to me, bro, I'm going Mike Evans over Christian Watson because Mike Evans is getting 12 to 15 targets a game. So I'm going to go with Mike Evans, but I do love Christian Watson. So if you want to go Christian Watson, there's nothing wrong with that. That's the boom. But you always going with the targets, the alpha guys, the studs. And Jay Fain says Debo, Piron, or Olave. So I'm going to go with P. Ryan if Joe Mixon is out. So, guys, if anybody ever see that they make a news announcement that Mixon is out, let me know because I can announce it to the chat. And also, guys, let me tell everybody, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Also, guys, when you put comments, not on the lives, but for me to answer your questions just on the video, put it in there. Sometimes you got to put it in there more than once. YouTube, I don't know. Sometimes I don't even see them till like a day late. So I just want to let everybody know that I'm not annoying your comments. It's just YouTube. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, man, it's between. So I would do P. Ryan, then Debo or Olave. So if Joe Mixon out, it's P. Ryan. And if Joe Mixon is not out, if he's playing, then I will go with Debo. Jay Fain says 4 PPR. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm going with P. Ryan and then Debo. Sean Bond says start Swift, Rashad White, or period standard. Thanks, fellas. I'm going in standard. Whew. Man, it's going to be tough for me to say Pierce, man. I'm going to go with Swift for the touchdown upside, bro. Hey, Mr. Anderson, let me know if it's still choppy. I'm going with I'm going with Swift, bro. And Mr. Anderson says Richie a little choppy. Got you. Okay. And Minnie George says 4 PPR. Choose a flex. Bam Knight, P. Ron if Mixon is out, Kyron, Warren, or Treylon Burks. I'm going P. Ryan if Mixon is out. And then I'm going to say, then I'm going Bam, then Treylon. So I'm going to rank it. P. Ryan, Bam, and Treylon Burks. Those 3 are the guys that you should play. And Marco says, love the show. Thank you, bro. He says, half point PPR, ETN, Walker, Pittman, and Olave. Running back, 1 flex. So I'm going to go with Walker. And you said 1 flex. I'm going to go with Pittman. I'm going with Walker and Pittman. Listen, I don't want to sit ETN, but I'm a little bit worried about his health, how much he plays. So that's why I'm going to go with Walker and then Pittman. But if you feel good about ETN, then it's going to be ETN and Walker. Play the 2 running backs over the wide receivers if it's close, especially in the half-point PPR. But I'm a little worried about ETN. So if you're a little worried about ETN yourself, then I would tell you to go with Pittman. So I would be Walker and Pittman. But if everybody's healthy, Walker and ETN all day. Neil says Sutton or London. I'm going to go with London. That's a little cutting edge. But both of the offenses are really, really terrible. So I'm going to go with London. Yes, Stacy, she got P. Ryan. She did, and she won. She in the playoffs. I told her she was going to the playoffs. She made it with the 7th seed. So yeah, she got P. Ryan. She's the only reason why I know she's on OnlyFans. So me and her, we chop it up every day, helping her out with her lineups. That's what I've been telling y'all guys. I know you might not like OnlyFans or you want me to post some type of different videos. There's nothing over there to post other than you getting me to help you set your lineups. Because I'm not going to be doing it on YouTube. When y'all list all your teams and want me to rank them, I don't have time to do that, guys, on the YouTube in the comment section. But if you come over to OnlyFans, which is only $10 a month, I got you anytime, any day. And mixing out again. Thank you, Neil. P. Ryan. P. Ryan. That hurt. So, guys, go with P. Ryan. Yes, sir. Thank you, Neil. I appreciate that. And Trey says, morning, bro. Full PPR. Start 2. ETN, Jeff Wilson, Rashad White, Lenny, or Devontae Smith. Thanks. Good luck today. Thank you. He says, start 2. ETN, Jeff Wilson, Rashad White, Lenny, or Devontae Smith. I'm going to go with ETN and Devontae Smith. ETN and Devontae Smith. Rashad White and Lenny gonna snipe each other. So I'm going to go with, in full PPR, I'm going ETN and Devontae Smith, bro. Yes, sir. And Trey says, also Tua or Dak. I'm still going with Tua. I'm still going with my champion. I'm still going with Tua. Pretty Richie says Tua over Dak. And Pretty says go Neil over Sutton. Neil go Sutton. John Cutter, what's up, John? What's going on, bro? Watson or Tua? I'm going Watson over Tua, John. Appreciate you being here. Must win game. Who should I start? The other team has Amari Cooper. Should that could neutralize some points? I have Chubb. Yes, it could. So go with Watson. Mr. Anderson says P. Ryan, Keenan Allen, or Christian Kirk in the flex. You got to go with P. Ryan since Joe Mixon is out. He says that meaning go P. Ryan and Burks. And Neil says Mixon out. Let's see. Thank you. Appreciate that, Neil. And Pretty Richie says at Trey go ETN and Wilson. And YXA says Fields or Herbert. I'm going with That's tough. I'm going with Herbert. But it's very, very close. That's a great question. I'm going to go with Herbert. And Trey says, thanks, Richie. And Mr. Anderson says, Patterson or Bam. Jets talking about a 3-man rotation. Go with Patterson, bro. Go with Patterson. And Stacey Lou says, thanks, y'all. And I put P. Ryan in. Thank you. Yep, there you go, Stacey. Yes, sir. And Ian Taylor says, what up, TD? What up, bro? He says, flex, Sanders over Rashad White. I'm going Sanders because of Leonard Fournette coming back. I'm going with Sanders because of Leonard Fournette coming back. And Neil Fields says, Dak. Yes, sir. And Mr. Anderson says, Lamar or Mike White. Lamar. And Mark, what's going on, Mark? Mark says non-PPR. Pick one. Nico, Burks, People Jones, or Zay Jones. Pick one. I'm going to go with Zay Jones. I'm going with Zay Jones. I like People Jones, too. And I like Nico. I like Treylon Burks, too. But I'm going to go with Zay in a vacuum. I'm going with Zay. Yep. What's going on, bro? And Ian says Kmet or Bryant for the Browns. I'm going with Kmet all day. And Neil Field says San Francisco D is tough. It is, but I'm not going to, because you can't play matchups with studs. That's like saying sit Justin Jefferson since he's going against Sauce Gardner. Nobody's going to do that. So I'm not going to sit Tua for San Francisco D. When I know Mike, the coach, Mike, he knows that system, that defensive system. So I'm going to still go with Tua. And Mark says, pick one, non-PPR, Pacheco, Rashad White, Pacheco. Sean Bond says, is A-Rod safe as backup or add Mike White and Pickett? I'm adding Mike White and Pickett. And Martin Castillo, he says, Burrow or Herbert, bro. Got to go with Burrow. You got to go with Burrow. It's close. Herbert is nice, but I'm going with Burrow. Mark says PPR, pick one. Judy, Burks, and Nico. PPR, pick one. Judy, Burks, or Nico. I'm going Burks over Nico and Judy. And let me see. Yep. And Richie says Kmet over Bryant. And Mark says you seen Stafford to IR? Yes. And they did it on guys. Those guys are not really hurt. They're just trying to sit their studs and wait for next year. That's all. And Pretty Richie says Burrow over Herbert. And Pretty Richie says Burks over Judy. Yes, I believe that too. And Durf boy, what's up, bro? He said, what's good, bro? Swift or Pacheco? I'm going to go with Pacheco over Swift. I like Swift, but I'm going to go with Pacheco over him because he's getting all the goal line carries. Even though Melvin Gordon is active, I don't think he's going to take away from Pacheco goal line carries. Yeah, let me see. And guys, four players that I want to tell you that is okay if you had to stream these guys or play is Jared Goff. I think the Detroit and Jacksonville game is going to be a fantasy extravaganza. There's going to be a lot of points scored in that. So I love Jared Goff as a sleeper this week. So if I'm not saying sit your stud and play Jared Goff. Don't do that. But if you are streaming quarterbacks and you playing guys like Kirk Cousins, I would play Jared Goff over Kirk Cousins. That's just me. Michael Reeves says, what's up, bro? Christian Watson, Swift, People Jones, DeAndre Carter, pick one. I'm going Christian Watson. Now, listen, I want to play Swift, but I'm going to still go with Christian Watson and with these players. I'm going to go with Christian Watson over Swift, but it's close. It's close. So Christian Watson over People Jones, Swift, and Carter. I like all those guys. That's a good question too, bro. And Sean Bond says Gibson is playing today. Yes, but I will lower my expectations. And Mr. Anderson says, you still like Harrison Bryant? Yes, in a vacuum. Like if I'm not playing, I'd rather play him than Tyler Higbee. But I would play a couple other tight ends over him. I play Kmet before I play Harrison Bryant. Martin Castillo says PPR, Kyron Williams or Antonio Gibson? Great question. I'm going with Kyron Williams because they're going to be down and they're going to be trying to get the ball to Kyron Williams with them being down. So I will go with Kyron Williams over Antonio Gibson. Usually I would say Antonio Gibson, but he ain't practiced that much all week. So they might use him sparingly. And they don't always use him good as it is. So I'm going to go with Kyron Williams. But like, again, if you wanted to go with Gibson, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't trust it with him not getting a lot of practice. And you know how Ron treats Gibson. He treats him like a red-headed stepchild. And Mark says Deshaun Watson or Dak Prescott. I'm going Deshaun Watson over Dak Prescott. Ray Gibson says pick one, PPR, Kirk, Olave, or Pickens. I'm going Kirk over Olave and Pickens. And Mr. Anderson says Quay Walker or Demario Davis. I'm going Quay. Quay been balling. He's been balling. I'm going Quay. And Big Growing Stuff says PPR, pick one, Juju, Sutton, or Treylon Burks. Thoughts on Josh Jacobs, where he played? Bro, we can, after what he did last week and he waited to the last minute, you got to be ready to play that guy. So just try to have a backup plan in case he doesn't play. But Josh Jacobs, I expect him to play. I don't think that calf injury means anything. I think they're just taking it slow. I mean, he got the sauce right now, so they're going to let him do what he want to do. If he want to sit out until he can be healthy, that's what he's going to do. So I think Josh Jacobs is going to be a start. I think he's going to be a top 10, top 12 running back easily. But between Juju, Sutton, and Treylon Burks, I'm going to go with Treylon. But Juju, I just need to see a couple more games to see him get back in rhythm. But right now, I'm going to go with Treylon Burks. And Russ Westbrick says, yo, laugh out loud. This deep, but DJ Chark, that's what I love. This is what my channel is on, bro. I'm not on the consensus. He says DJ Chark, Olamide Zaccheaus, Duvernay, Khalif Raymond, Trent Sherfield. Need one. Great question, Westbrook. Olamide. I'm going with Olamide Zaccheaus. So I'm gonna give you a couple rankings. I'm gonna go with Olamide Zaccheaus, Khalif Raymond, DJ Chark, Duvernay, and Trent Sherfield. So the two guys are Zaccheaus and Khalif Raymond. Sean Bonds, what's up, bro? He said Gerald Everett or Joe Johnson rest of the season. I'm going with Jawan Johnson. Jawan Johnson rest of the season over Gerald Everett because Mike Williams has come back. When Mike Williams come back, Gerald Everett is going to be kind of like a spot start to me. And Michael Reeves says Derek Carr, Dak, Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown, 4 TD format. Okay. No Derek Carr. Dak is okay. Deshaun. I'm going with Deshaun Watson, bro. Go ahead and play Deshaun Watson in this case. And Martin Castillo says, I'm starting Watson. Who do I start? Zay Jones or People Jones? If you starting Watson, I love that question. So now you're going to squeeze. So I would play Watson and People Jones. Only because, look, Zay Jones and any other question like this, but because you got Deshaun Watson, I'm going to squeeze that and go with People Jones and Watson. Michael Reeves, he said, if P. Ryan starts for PPR, him or Christian Watson? P. Ryan. Guys, yes, that's a great question. No Christian Watson over P. Ryan anymore. I'm going with P. Ryan. P. Ryan is a top 12 running back. Remember, I told y'all that last week. And Richie said, bro, that's cutting edge. It hit. I think I killed it last week with the stars and sits. But yeah, because I was high on P. Ryan. I told everybody play P. Ryan. P. Ryan over Christian Watson. And CHB says Bucks defense or Steelers. I'm going with Steelers. Play the Steelers defense. B. Growing Stuff says if Jacobs is out, how do you feel about Zamir White? I'd rather play Abdullah. I would rather play Abdullah because I think they're going to pass it a lot. So I would go with Abdullah over Zamir White. Or I would play both of them as the flex plays and squeeze it. But yes, Zamir White is okay. But I think Abdullah just a little bit better because of his passing skills. I don't think Zamir White catch that many passes if Josh Jacobs doesn't play. Sean Bonds, what's up, bro? He says, thanks for everything, bro. You are greatly appreciated. Thank you, bro. Anytime, guys. I love doing what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing YouTube and ain't making no money on it right now, right? That's just right now. Because I love doing what I'm doing, guys. I love helping people. I love coaching. And then so I love football. So fantasy was a perfect place. That's why I only been playing fantasy as in like, in the leagues, 12-man leagues and stuff like that for only 3 years. But I've been, far as football, I've been investing in football. I'm 35 years old. I've been investing in football for 28 years. Watching the games, breaking it down as a coach level. That's why I know my players and stuff. So I appreciate you, Sean. Man, I appreciate you showing support, man. I really mean that, guys. I'm not, no cap. Y'all know I don't cap. That's why 100 is one of my best emojis. Dante Jones, what's up, bro? He said, should I start Najee or bench him? You start him. And says, and start Donovan Knight and flex Treylon Burks. So should I start Najee or bench him and start Zonovan Knight and flex Treylon Burks? So in a vacuum, bruh. All those guys are starts. But if you ask him if you only can start 2 of them, I would do Najee and Zonovan Knight. I would start both those guys, Najee and Zonovan Knight, and I would sit for Treylon. But if I could get all 3 of them out there and start them, that's what I would do. Let me get some water, guys. I'm feeling a little sick. Okay. And Dante Jones says Kittle or Schultz. If Debo doesn't play, it's Kittle all day. So, guys, this is a time where I'm going to get a little cute. Because you usually, I say Kittle. But Schultz, with Dak, Schultz is top 5 all day, every day. Every time Dak Prescott plays and Schultz is healthy, he's a top 5 guy. So, in this instance, if Debo sits, then I would play Kittle. But if Debo plays, I'm playing Schultz. So, that's the key to that. Martin Castillo says, cutting edge, TD and Pretty Richard. Y'all make a great team. Thank you, bro. Thank you. And Dante Jones says, Miles Sanders or Christian Kirk. Miles Sanders or Christian Kirk. I'm going to go with Christian Kirk in full PPR. In half PPR or standard, I'm going to go with Miles Sanders. And Big Growing Stuff says, can I drop Brandon Cooks yet? Yes. You can if you pick him. Don't drop him just to drop him. Make sure you pick up somebody that's good or somebody that can help you out in the future. But just to drop him because he out again or it doesn't look good or they rotating quarterbacks, no. But go get you somebody. And he's not worth a roster spot if you got to pick up somebody to help your team. Crunchy Burks, what's up, bro? He says start 2, half PPR. Zonovan Knight, Antonio Gibson, Zay Jones, and Fournette. Start 2, I'm going Zonovan Knight and Zay Jones. Even though it's half PPR, I would want to say Fournette, but I'm nervous about Fournette and Rachaad White. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how they're going to break that down. So right now, I'm going to go with Zonovan Knight and Zay Jones. And Stacey Lewis says, hope you feel better soon. Thank you, Stacey. Thank you. It's just because the meds making me feel a little sick, nauseous a little bit. So that's why I got to drink water. That's all. But thank you, Stacey. Another sneaky play, guys. Let me see. I got Brown. Another sneaky play that I like is A.J. Dillon. Now, listen. I know I told a lot of you to start other guys over A.J. Dillon. That's what you do because A.J. Dillon is not a top 12 running back, but I think he's top 24 this week. So DFS or flex play or whatever you want to do, A.J. Dillon is okay to start this week. But don't bench him. Don't start him over any studs, right? I think Zonovan Knight actually is a little bit better play than A.J. Dillon this week. Even though they're playing against Minnesota. Minnesota is a tough matchup against the run, but not passing. And Brian Ortega says, bruh, need 2, half PPR. Sutton, Pittman, Pacheco, and Burks. Okay, 2. I'm going Pacheco and Pittman. Pacheco and Pittman. And CHB, what's up, bruh? Hey, you going to get that fantasy championship. He says, feel better, bro. I've been there before. Yeah, I know, man, with them wisdom tooth, right? Yes, sir. Thank you. And Mark says, so A.J. Dillon over Swift at the flex. You can do that if you wanted to. Me, I'm going to play Swift. So, guys, I don't want to sound like I'm running from a question in a vacuum. But fantasy, that's why you have to come on the live and kind of explain yourself because fantasy is tricky. So I like A.J. Dillon, but I'm not going to play him over Swift. That's just the way I'm playing my team because I've been holding on to Swift. I've been waiting for his boom. But A.J. Dillon, if you like A.J. Dillon and wanted to play him over Swift, I couldn't chastise you about it. I couldn't argue with you. That's a crazy play. It's not a crazy play. But me, I'm playing Swift because I think Swift can catch passes and he got a bigger boom and he could bust a 60-yard run. So could A.J. Dillon, but not as much as Swift. Swift is just a special player. Like, he can get 6 touches and take 2 of them to the crib and have a great fantasy week and only hit 6 touches. That's how Swift is. A.J. Dillon need a value. So he need about 10 to 15 carries, maybe even a little bit more. And I think he can get that this week. Because they, with Aaron Rodgers being a little bit injured with his thumb, they got to run the ball a little bit more. And he's not passing it to Jordan Love. Aaron Rodgers is not going to sit down. He don't want people talking about, Aaron Rodgers, you need to retire. So with that, guys, I think they need to use A.J. Dillon. And he had a good week last week. Brian Ortega says, also, how you feel about Swift this week? He's still riding the bench. He's not riding the bench like that. I still like him. This is what he is, bro. He's like a weapon. Come off the bench and for big plays. Now, do I hate that Jamal Williams sniped all the goal line touchdowns? Yes. But I think Swift can start picking up, man. They just want him to get healthy. He can catch a couple receiving touchdowns on the goal line, too, like he did earlier in the season. So that's why I like Swift. So I feel good about playing him this week. I think he's a top 24 running back. He could possibly be top 12. Shit, he could possibly be top 5. That's the way Swift is. That's why I'm playing him because he can fit in anywhere. He could be top 5. He could be top 24. He could be top 60. And CHB says, definitely them Wisdom's tooth ain't no joke. No, they ain't, bro. They ain't. And Mark says, thank you. Swift makes sense. Yes, it does, because the upside is so big, man. It's so up. So you put him in as a flex. Sometimes, guys like Christian Watson, DeAndre Swift, you don't care what the outcome, and even Gabe Davis. Those guys, you shouldn't care what the outcome is. If you play them, put them at the flex, and call it a day, and just watch to see if it's going to boom or not. Right? They're very volatile, but it can help you too. So that's what those type of guys are. A lot of people don't break it down that way. They just say, well, I'll start him or sit him. No, you got to know what that guy can do for you. So Swift can boom for you, can be a top 5. That's why I'm not taking him out of my lineups unless I see that he get hurt again. I'm not waiting on him for the fantasy playoffs. But while he's keep doing this with his injuries getting better and his carries getting more and his touches getting more, I'm going to keep playing him as a flex play. And Cooler Hand, what's going on, bro? Says, help, I have Fields, JT, and Pittman on bye week for round 1. Okay. Should I tank this week so I get a better seed? Number 8 will be a beast. Okay. He says, okay, I got Fields, JT, and Pittman on bye week for round 1. Okay, for round 1. Should I tank this week so I get a better seed than number 8? Seed number 8 would be a beast. Yes, that's fine. If you see the matchup, because you don't know who's gonna win, bro. Somebody might be projected to win by 40 points, but you don't know. So if you think losing this week gives you a better opportunity to play, give you a better matchup, then do it, bro. It's your team. So you can make that type of strategy, and I'm okay with that. Because you don't want to run into a tough team. But sometimes, bro, don't be scared of tough teams. This is a week-to-week thing. This is fantasy. So I'm not going to disrespect your strategy and say, no, try to win. That's very disingenuous. That's why I use that word. Because I know you know your team, you know your league. So, bro, there's nothing wrong with trying to tank this week to to play a better team next week. Or in the playoffs. I don't know when your playoffs start. And Cam Wade, what's up, bro? He says Wilson or DK. I feel like Wilson has a big game. Yes, go with Garrett Wilson. But listen, I'm not telling you to sit no DK. Now, you might be in an 18-10 team league. That's fine. So you make that decision. I'm never going to tell anybody to sit a top 12 wide receiver for another top 12 wide receiver. I don't play fantasy that way. But I will give you all the tools and the caveats that you need to make that decision. Wilson has a better matchup than DK this week. Wilson, with Mike throwing him the ball, Mike White, hey, Wilson might be the number 1 wide receiver this week. I'm not going to cap. Now, I love DK. I'm never going to sit DK. I don't care who he's playing. I don't care if it's who it is. If it's Deion Sanders, I'm playing DK because I know he got a tough matchup with Jalen Ramsey. But I'm playing Garrett Wilson, bro. Dirk Boy says, do I pick up Melvin Gordon or J.K. Dobbins off waivers? I say J.K. Dobbins. Camp Wade says, P. Ryan, Taylor, or ETN pick 2. P. Ryan always has big games without mixing. Yes, sir. So P. Ryan is 1, and then Taylor is next. So I'm playing P. Ryan and Taylor. Now, ETN is a star, but in a vacuum, I'm not going, even though Taylor got a kind of a tough matchup a little bit, whatever, however you want to look at it, I'm still going to go P. Ryan and Taylor because Taylor get all goal line carries. To me, I don't know how much they use ETN today. ETN could get only 60% of the snaps because they don't want to put him out there and let his foot get hurt again because he had a Liz Frank surgery last year, which is terrible for a running back. And Viv says, what's good, bruh? This week, I have Connor out, really need a RB2. Antonio Gibson or Kyron Williams for half PPR. Kyron now starting running back against Seattle. Good matchup. Yes, it is. So what's good this week? Well, I have Connor out. Okay, really need an RB2. Antonio Gibson or Kyron. I'm going Kyron Williams like I told somebody earlier. I'm going with Kyron Williams over Antonio Gibson in a vacuum. Because he's in PPR. It's even though it's now, half PPR is a little rough. I'm gonna still go with Kyron Williams. With Gibson not practicing all week, I'm gonna go with Kyron Williams. And it's a good matchup per se, because I still think Seattle could smash this because they got a backup quarterback with Walford being in there. CHB said this week is a must-win for me. Got you. I'm playing the person who gave me my only loss. I need to dominate. I got you, bruh. And Coolahan says, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Coolahan. And Gabriel says, is Sutton worth starting over DK or Watson? No. No, bruh. Don't put Sutton in over DK or Watson. He says, I'm leaning no, but want to know your opinion. Yeah, bruh. Don't put Sutton over DK or Christian Watson. And Durfboy says, thanks, bruh. I appreciate what you do. Thank you. Anytime. And Rob, what's going on, Rob? I love the truck, bruh. I can tell you from the country. I'm from North Carolina, and that's how trucks look like in North Carolina, bruh. He says, yo, bro, would you start Olave or Ayuk this week? I'm starting Ayuk this week. I'm starting Ayuk. Even if Debo plays, I'm still starting Ayuk. To me, Olave scares me, man. I just don't know what's going to happen over there. Olave could have a big week. But I just like I'm gonna go with Ayuk, especially with Debo because he's the only down. Well, Jawan Jennings, they throw him the ball a little bit downfield, but Ayuk, I think he's gonna have a big play, 1 touchdown type guy, 70, 80 yards, and then he might have 5 catches after that. So I'm gonna go with Ayuk. But if you wanted to play Olave, I couldn't argue with you because Olave got the pedigree. Camp says I have Jefferson, Higgins, and Wilson starting this week, but still have DK. Since I am starting P. Ryan, should I put DK in for Higgins? No. Play Higgins over DK. Now, listen, I think you can't get DK in your lineup, bruh. That's okay. I can't, because in a vacuum, I'm playing DK over Higgins. But with Jamar Chase being on the snap count, I cannot tell you to sit no Higgins. I could get canceled for that. So, yeah, you got Jefferson, you got Higgins, and you got Wilson. Yeah, bro. And you got to put P. Ryan in. So maybe DK is a sit. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I'm not going to tell you to sit him, but I don't see how else you're going to get him in your lineup by what you put, the information you just gave me. Kyle, what's going on, Kyle? He says Pittman or Zonovan Knight, PPR. Pittman is a safe play, but I like Zonovan Knight, man. I'm going with Zonovan Knight. I'm going to go with him. I could be wrong, but I like Zonovan. And the reason why I could be wrong with this one, because Pittman going to get 10-plus targets. That's how this team is built now. They're giving him a lot of targets. So a lot of times targets is king. But Zonovan Knight is an up-and-coming young running back. And I like the way he looked with Michael Carter being out. I'm going with Zonovan Knight. And Gabriel says, appreciate you. Anytime, Gabriel. And Brian Ortega says, you like Jameson Williams as a stash for the playoffs? Yes, right now. See, I know a lot of you kept asking me about stashing OBJ and Jameson. Guys, you don't stash them too, Connor. You know they're coming back. Look what OBJ, he might not even play this year. And people have been stashing him. That's why I say, man, I'm not worried about that. That's why I wasn't worried about no Kyron Williams until the time came. And those guys wasn't good enough. Like Christian Watson was good enough for me to stash with their upside and stuff because I know he was going to play. But guys like OBJ, no. Jameson Williams, I was telling people, it don't matter. But the last 2 or 3 weeks, I thought he was worth a stash because I know that Detroit was up for a playoff spot. But if they wouldn't have been up for a playoff spot, there's no way they bring in Jameson Williams back. So, yes, he is worth a stash for the playoffs. And Pretty Richard says, report Jameson Williams will be on a very limited snap count today. He will. He will. I'm not saying sit him, but he's worth a stash. Thank you, Pretty Richie. And Camp Wade says, thanks for the help. I'll be here every week. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. And Michael Reeves says, Nico Collins or Sutton for PPR. I'm going with Nico. I'm going with Nico in this one. All right, guys. So I guess we ain't got no more questions. I'm going to get ready to get out of here. Thank y'all for being patient with me. I know I got a little slur because this side of my jaw is swole. You can't see it because of my beard. So thank y'all for tuning in, guys. Make sure you sign up for the OnlyFans if you want to support me. Let me see. Ron says, all right, thank you, man. From Paul from Pennsylvania, by the way, bro. But I get what you saying. I get what you're saying. Thank you. Yep. That's that snow truck from Pennsylvania. But yeah, guys, go sign up for the OnlyFans, guys. And listen, I know it's OnlyFans, but don't be scared of it. It's nothing weird going over there. Just another platform. I'm being a pioneer. I'm not doing what everybody else doing. Almost 90% of people who do fantasy football content got a Patreon. I got 1,400 subscribers. I got to try to get my niche in here, right? So I'm trying to do OnlyFans. So guys, support me. Not begging, because I know people, I'm not begging for no money. I know people that got tough times. But if you want to support, I know a lot of you ask, hey, Titty, you don't get super chats. Well, not right now. But another way you can support is through my Cash App, which is in the link in the description. The link is in the description box. Or you can just sign up for OnlyFans for $10 a month. But that price will change when I win some fantasy championships this year. Martin Castillo says, TD and Njoku on bye. Who can I pick up? Dotrich, Harrison Bryant, or Troutman? I'm going to say Dotrich. All right, guys. Y'all be safe. See y'all guys later. Peace.